Hey there, so today we have another Rants. You guys probably haven't seen me post many videos because I probably should plan ahead and had videos scheduled to be posted while I was going out of town, not posting any content. Didn't create any content, I was out of town. Oh, I actually did one video. Anyway, so let's dig into it. So I had a wedding, right? So wanted to spend there. Yeah, I didn't want to arrive on Saturday for rehearsal dinner. So I booked myself to be there Friday, rehearsal dinner on Saturday, wedding on Sunday, and then I'm never scheduled for work really Monday. So the place is closed, Runabout's closed on Monday, and then I'm never scheduled on Tuesday. So I get 5 days out of it. Not trying to go too crazy. Generally, if I had a little bit more income and a little bit more flexibility of life, I would do maybe a week or something. And by the way, I don't take any time off. Like in this industry, or at least in my recent jobs, there's no pay time off. There's no like literally, if you don't work, you don't make money. So it's very expensive. And I was obviously making great enough income that I could afford that for a little bit, but not anymore. So stretched a little bit. And actually, I got to stay with my brother, so saved like a gajillion dollars. Like my brother has a house in Brooklyn, so worked out that way. So, and expenses were just eating and drinking and wedding gifts and whatever, a wedding gift, and that's it. So I decided how much I spent, and the flight, obviously, right? So I worked on Thursday night, which was a mistake because like I wanted to be there on Friday, and I was like, well, why would I want to fly in on like a Friday evening or something, right? Like let's like get some stuff to do on a Friday before I actually have to. The whole weekend's burnt on pretty much doing wedding stuff. Unfortunately, I worked on Thursday night, didn't go to sleep till later, like midnight or 1 or something, right? Like get back to home. And then I didn't get a great night's sleep, and like woke up early at 4 a.m. I don't have to leave leave my place until like 5 something, so like I'll burn my time on that. And then unfortunately, like I tried to book the cheapest flight I could, which is Frontier. Don't do that. Get JetBlue something which is a little bit more comfortable. So uncomfortable. Took the red eye. And then I also didn't have one of these things. You got to get the fucking pillows. They actually work. Because like, by the way, like literally the seat right now. Imagine me trying to just go to sleep. Like, granted, I have a little bit of this, but like it's just like this. Like you can't fall asleep like this, or you can't fall asleep like how do you at what point can you fall asleep? And there's not enough leg room, so I can't do this. So it's like one of these. Like there's no place where you can actually fall asleep, and the Frontier seats are so stiff. And I got one of the guys breaking mad rules on this shit. So like, your arm rests are here. They were up, by the way. So but don't break that plane, baby. Nope. The motherfucker's like doing one of these, leaning on pushing on me, fucking like, oh, what the fuck are you doing, buddy? And he's not a big guy. So he basically got no sleep. So now I'm like 3 hours of sleep. Now I'm in the city in Brooklyn. Go to my brother's place, grab lunch, and then I'm like, all right, now I just could pass out because I need actually some sleep before I actually do anything. So I actually don't do anything till like 5-6 p.m. Yeah, I actually don't do anything until 5-6 p.m. So like, even though I landed in JFK at like 11 a.m. I don't actually like get to my brother's place and then have to take a nap. So like I literally burnt my whole day. So instead you just get a whole fucking night's of sleep. Whatever the flight's gonna be uncomfortable, but then you actually can do stuff during the be a reasonable person during the day. I think that would be more comfortable. So I'm dehydrated and also didn't have good sleep. And also my brother's place doesn't have AC. At least the room I was sleeping in was horrific. It was like it literally was a 6x10 like office or something, and like literally fit a little twin bed. And I'm not a big guy. Well, I'm maybe a big guy this way, but I'm not a big tall guy. So a twin bed's fine for me. But it was hot as fuck. It didn't have a good nap. So now I go out to with my friends, have a few drinks. Guess what? The combination of dehydration, not good sleep, it felt terrible the next day. So now I don't do anything on Saturday, day 2. The rehearsal wedding's at 5:30. Got to do that. And actually, the coolest thing about the rehearsal dinner was that afterwards of the party was actually a beer bar called Someday. You guys can look it up. It's actually like a gay bar, but like it actually has like, guys know like beer fridges or like, anyway, you go to the gas station, the fridges, right? It has 6 doors of, yeah, right? Every door is sort of like X amount of volume of stuff. 6 doors of just amazing, like curated boutique craft beer. So yeah, I had one Heady Topper. Yes, I had one Wookie Jack. And then honestly, it was open bar. So I cracked a few cool thingies to share with a couple of friends, but I was trying to take it easy because I felt like garbage after going out the night before, going out with my friends, not drinking water. and I'm not used to going out anymore. So and I'm older now, so like I really should pay attention. Like, oh, what Darwin, like drink a little less, and also drink some water. Well, Darwin didn't really do that. So, so anyway, I had like took it easier. Pretty easy, right? Like it's like 3-ish, 4-ish beers in an entire evening, the entire day, right? Left by midnight, right? So like didn't stay out late, didn't anything crazy, just had a couple beers, shared a few things, blah blah blah. I had to be at the venue on Sunday at noon. I'm part of the wedding. It's my best friend's wedding. My best friend's name is Eric, by the way. And amazing wedding. Burned a lot of time just being part of the wedding. Like you just gotta stand around and this is like take a few pictures, or like, hey, this is how we're gonna walk down the aisle, and like, do you really need like 4 or 5 hours to like learn how to do that? No, just like a little schmoozing around, walking around. Beautiful venue, by the way. The venue was actually called Liberty Warehouse in Red Hook. It is so south that the view from Brooklyn is actually the closest thing you see is the Statue of Liberty. You can't get a closer view unless you take the Staten Island Ferry or actually go to the Statue of Liberty. So mostly Jersey City and a little bit of downtown Brooklyn, but beautiful venue on the water. Thankfully, it was on the water. I don't know if you know, New York just got hit by an insane heat wave. It was so hot. So thankfully we were on the water, so it wasn't too bad in the suits. But even in the suits, we dipped into the building so fast after the wedding ceremony to go to the reception. Beautiful wedding. I could say so much about it, so much sentimentality about it, because this is one of my. I actually don't know if Eric has actually been in any of the videos, but he's been my on and off best friend for like 25 years. Easily now that the most important person in my life, other than obviously my family, kids, blah blah, and I really couldn't wish more happiness for him. And like, I felt so bad I didn't give him a rehearsal dinner wet. So I wasn't the best man because he had another best friend, but I probably should give a speech at the rehearsal dinner or something. But like, I actually was writing his wedding card and like started crying because like he's just a person that I've spent so many hours with, so many, geeking out about like music, films, TV, Magic the Gathering, beer, sports. Like we're just huge geeks, and the amount of time I spent with this guy, and to now see him finally like not be my bro and bro out about shit, and actually spend time with a woman that now will like be part of his, his yin and yang, and like create finally his life, and maybe start a family together. Who knows? But like, anyway, I wrote his card and I just cried, and it was really special for me. And like the sentimentality of that moment was really awesome, of being at that wedding too, and also just seeing all these awesome people, because the wedding's not only that sentimentality of like seeing my best friend being wed, but also like the amazing friends that I have that I couldn't see, that I still keep in touch with. So like we have like a nice G-Chat group. So if you don't have one, please do build one, because it is a really nice, great way to keep in touch with friends. It's Google Chat. It's a little chat. It's like AIM, whatever you guys. I don't know how old you guys are, but like it's a chat where you just invite everybody and share your day, share memes, whatever you want. But like it's a nice way to just keep in touch, because like everybody's so busy now, and it's so onerous for a lot of people to be texting, like, oh, I text this friend, I'm gonna text that friend, I'm text this friend, I'm text this friend. You have a little group, right? You like text something random, and like people will reply. Like some people are too busy, they don't reply, whatever. Beautiful wedding, huge wedding, like 200 people. Then actually, like Eric's cousin, by the way, who's a distant cousin, at the rehearsal dinner, he recognized me. He literally like turned the corner, didn't even know I was gonna be there. So like, strangely enough, my best friend Eric has a distant cousin who lives in Seattle, who didn't know that I know Eric, or didn't know me, right? Like obviously Eric is his distant cousin. He didn't know like I was his best friend, or one of his best friends. He's like, "Are you Darwin's of beer reviews? Darwin of Darwin's beer reviews?" I'm like, "Yeah." So now we're just talking about beer. We're talking about Seattle. We're talking about beer, this, that, blah, blah, blah. He's been to New England. He's been to this, that. He's been to Farmstead. He's done this and that. So I was like, "Oh, this would be pretty special." So the best man was actually my friend Josh, who actually does have a homebrew setup. So like we're a bunch of beer geeks, but like obviously nobody works in the industry like me. Like I've gone too crazy doing Advanced Cicerone, the beer review channel, and dumb stuff, working in the industry. But he is a homebrewer. The beer was actually amazing. He actually brewed like a decent batch of homebrew with like hundreds of bottles that he shipped to the but like brought to the wedding, and the venue was cool enough to like serve the homebrew at the wedding. So that's pretty special. So we actually have a video of me and Greg reviewing the homebrew. By the way, I will preface, and when you watch it, we're sweaty and drunk, or at least me, I am. It's like 10 o'clock after like a full day of wedding stuff and, drinking during the wedding, right? So whatever. But the beer was amazing. So got to do a review with Greg. So now the wedding's over, right? Cool. So wedding's over. Even the after party's done by midnight. All the way back to Brooklyn, blah blah. Now my brother, who works in the industry, by the way, he's really way too cool. He owns a bar. He's really famous. I don't know if you guys want to know all about it, but he's very famous. At least, in my world, I don't think there's anybody I personally know that's more famous than him. His name's Bowen, by the way. So I'm like ready to go to bed. Boom, like 3 a.m. hits. Like he's bringing out like a bunch of friends over. They're cooking dinner, and now like I literally haven't seen my brother in like a minute now. I haven't seen him in like 2 years now. Get to text and chat with him on the phone a little bit, but I don't really get, I'm not really super close with him. I was like, oh cool, he's got a bunch of friends. So I'm like, so now I'm hanging out. I don't go to bed till 5 a.m. on a Sunday after a wedding, after waking up at like 10 a.m. Like 10 a.m. To get to the wedding. So it's been a long fucking day. So obviously I lose a good portion of my, Monday doing that because I need sleep, right? Thankfully I didn't go too crazy at the wedding, but now we got a heat wave. And I'm just dreading going outside. So I take my sweet time. I finally go to Williamsburg, and I go to the industry. So that has to be the best bite I take in the entire trip. It didn't go too crazy. Again, like multiple days were wasted, tired, hungover. But I also like not too angry about it because you take the hits of you're gonna enjoy yourself. What are you gonna just not have a good time and all right, I'm gonna wake up 8 a.m. every day and anyway, it's too hot anyway. What are you gonna do around the city at 8 a.m. right or 9 a.m. So enjoy when it's cooler. So I finally go to the industry. The industry is you guys don't know, it's one of the most famous pizza places in the world, but in the country, but also the world. New York City. That's the platonic ideal of a New York slice. It was so amazing. Oh my God. And I've had it multiple times. I actually used to go to the industry before they even got famous, when they were literally a tiny joint that had to be literally my arm's length. It was so tiny, but now they're obviously famous. Amazing. And it's not bells and whistles. It's it's like when I give Headhunter 100 out of 100 plus out of whatever. It's not a hazy IPA. It doesn't have bells and whistles. It tastes like tropical fruit, right? It's just a perfect, wow, why is everything just so perfectly right? The crust is perfect. The cheese is perfect. The sauce is the crust, just everything. There's no flaws. It's not greasy. It's just everything. If you could just think of if you've had enough New York pizza, I've had enough New York pizza in my entire life. If you think of everything just to make it the flaws and everything, it's just everything is just right, and the salt level, the cheese level, the sauce level, everything's just perfect. The industry. Got another slice of pizza as well at a bar, Pizza Finney, which is actually a really thick grandma slice. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. It was pretty good, but very thick grandma slice. If you want to get a grandma, I highly recommend Best Pizza. Frank Pinello, famous on YouTube. That is one of the best slices I've ever had in New York recently. I went a year or two ago. Then, despite even going to the wedding the night before, got to meet up with my friend Scott, who's been in a bunch of videos. Went to Grimm, my favorite brewery in New York City. And just milk some beers, just hang out, because I actually obviously want to meet with my family. Had a dinner at 8:30, but now I'm meeting up with him at a brewery at 5:30. So now I'm burning 3 hours. I literally had 2 beers, one big pour, a 4-ouncer, 4-ouncer, but just milk my time. I just need something to do, and I'm not walking around New York City when I walked around the phone where the forecast says it feels 108 degrees. I was schwitzing. I'm not a person, by the way, that sweats. I'm a person that sweats. I haven't sweated like that in over a decade. When I was traveling to Japan with the same issue, where you have to be out, because I was traveling. I was a tourist. I had to go out, and I was sweating my ass off. Even in the 6 years of living in Florida, I've never sweated that much. Because in Florida, it's AC in your car, AC indoors, AC to AC to AC. Guess what you do in New York? There's no cars. No matter what you do, even if you take a subway, you're sweating on the platform. You're sweating while you're walking around. You're sweating even in the subway. It was actually not that cold of an AC. Even the AC of the multiple places I had in New York, hung out in New York, were not that cold. So now you're sweating and I'm just dying. So anyways, spent 3 hours at Grimm. Cool. Really nice. Beers were amazing. Got some dinner with my friend, with my family. Loved, obviously, have to see my mom and grandma and stuff. Or great time. Catching up with them. I call them all the time, but actually seeing them in person because I only couldn't go to New York so much, and they could only fly down to Florida so much, right? So I knew Tuesday. So Tuesday was even worse than Monday, by the way, heat wave wise. And I was like, "Fuck this!" I'm not I'm ready. I remember just walking out the door and just imagine me just pouring that amount on your head every 5 seconds. And so people would just look at me and I literally just have water, just sweat, and it would go in my eyes. So you're just walking down the road, walking down the street, the sidewalk, I couldn't see because I'm just just sweat. It's just so bad. So every second, just sweat, just pouring off of me. So I'm I'm not doing this again. So I even had plans to go to MoMA or something. Because I actually last year I went to the Met and the Whitney, and they changed exhibits again, and it's great. It's one of the best things you do in the city. Just go to the fucking air conditioned museum. Great. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go out. So, and it's obviously a Monday after a wedding. My friend, there's no friends gonna hang out with me on a Monday evening to go out and drinking. So I was like, fuck it. And one of the most important things for me was enjoy the nightlife. So after dinner, I said goodbye to my family. I had to actually run to a bathroom quickly. So there's a brewery there. It's called Talea. Talea has 4 or 5 locations in New York. Female-owned brewery, LGBT friendly and stuff. Beautiful tap room, gold and stuff. Holy shit, that place sucks. First off, do you know what a flight costs? 4 ounces. 4 of these, $22. Do you know what a 12-ounce beer costs there? So 12-ounce beer would probably be around here. Oh, sorry, 14-ounce beer. So you didn't get a full pint. Oh, yeah, no. So a 14-ounce pour 14-ounce pour is about, I think it might be the full, whatever. Somewhere around here or something. For this guy, $12. And that's the cheapest beer you can get. Grimm, by the way, way more reasonable pricing. I was like, what do you recommend? Oh, yeah, let me recommend this West Coast IPA. Holy shit, that is the worst IPA I've had in, a long time. Slightly oxidized, but huge laden crystal malt character, and then very obviously oxidation has a certain flavor to it, but also just tamed hop character. So the whole point of drinking a fucking IPA is for the hops, tamed hoppy hop character. The worst IPA I've had in quite a while. Not even close to the worst IPA I've actually had at a brewery in a long time. Not even close. And paid $12 for that bitch. Oh fuck, I was pissed. So anyway, I got to use the bathroom. Cool. Terrible. But then I went to Pete's Candy Shop. So the last concert I've actually been to was actually when I moved out of New York, was Lake Street Dive. Do you know what Lake Street Dive is? Indie rock pop jazzy group. It's really acceptable music. If you ever if you want to go to, if you ever want to hang out at a coffee shop, that's kind of music they should be playing. Just chill, kind of do 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 do. Rachel Price is the most amazing voice, beautiful voice, and also just beautiful lady. Amazing man. But they played a set there on one of NPR's thingies. It is such a beautiful little spot. It's a shitty little dive bar in the middle of Williamsburg, and it honestly looks like. And I've been to the Met exhibit on it. Frank Lloyd Wright is one of the most famous American architects, and it's got this Frank Lloyd Wright kind of vibe to it, with just these little beautiful lights. And let me tell you, so I review. So my analogy is always so when I work in Florida, when I hear these cover bands, it's all right, that's homebrew. They're playing cover music. They can competently play their music, their instruments, but they don't have a great voice. It's homebrew. It's homebrew. It's all right, it's homebrew. Okay, these are professional musicians on a Monday, so they have music Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So like I was there for 2 sets, and these are professional musicians, and it was suggested donation, and I dropped money at the bucket and nobody dropped money in there. So it's free music for a tiny little space where it's 3 artists, and it's 2 sets. So like a keyboardist, a bassist, and a violinist playing for like 8 people. That's it, in a room that is literally 12 feet wide, and then that's it. And it could probably only, like, seat wise, fit like 15 people. And they were playing like 3 people playing music for 8 people on a Monday night, and it was amazing. And the music was commercial, so like my analogy is like it tastes like it was like real music, like professional music, where I should be paying money to see you perform. Oh my god, it's such an amazing time. And one of the things about hanging out by yourself in nightlife is like, what are you gonna do? Just like sit at a bar and just like drink? No, having something fun to do with that. So like I actually like ordered a beer and got to see an entire set, and it's like I spent like because otherwise like if there's nothing cool happening, now you're just like, all right, I'm gonna drink a sip of beer. All right, I'm gonna drink another sip of my beer. All right, I'm gonna drink another sip of my beer. But now there's music playing, so to actually sit there and like be entertained by like, oh my god, Pete's Candy Shop, please go. Oh. And then there's another bar called Skinny Dennis that plays country music. I didn't actually get to go there, but I used to go. Live country music every freaking day. I believe they were playing on Monday too. Beautiful dive bar, cool retro vibes. Oh, so I did that. Then I went to Alligator Lounge. If you guys are not fans of Nathan Fielder, you guys are idiots. If you like comedy, Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's like Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David, and Eric Andre, in my opinion, are the funniest artists, comedians out there. Or comedy producers, along with Nathan Fielder. And so he did this crazy thing where he literally like, it's such a like the amount of like planning that took ahead to create this freaking comedy episode he did, where he literally like spent millions of dollars to create this set of a bar that exists in Williamsburg, where, by the way, where you literally can order a beer. So like talk about $12. So I paid $12 for 14 ounces of shitty IPA. I walked in the bar, paid $9 for like a Miller High Life and a shot of bourbon for like $9, and to get a free fucking pizza with it. And I ate that pizza and I was angry. Cause that like, and like it's fucking like midnight on a Monday, and some guy has to make pizza, and it's crispy thin. The sauce tastes great. Like I literally couldn't go. Like I literally would have a hard time finding a pizza that tasted that good, because of the thinness of it, the ingredients used. Everything's like greasy and thick and chewy here. Nothing's like has a little char on the bottom. Like it's so hard to find decent pizza down in Orlando. Granted, there is great pizza. I can find it. But like I got a free pizza for it with my drink. So I got it's not a big, it's like, the size is almost like, I'd argue the pizza's about like the size of a full New York slice, but it's just in a tiny pie. So I got a slice of pizza, basically, a shot and a beer for $9. What? And I just paid $12 for one shitty beer, and I got 3 things, right? Like I got 2 drinks and a pizza. Fuck that. Alligator Lounge, amazing. And also got to sit in that space of like, oh my god, I love this episode of Nathan Fielder. Love Nathan Fielder, blah, blah. Went to another dive bar. Real fun, just like a rock and roll, Iron Maiden, da-da-da-da. People are wasted, like just a fun dive bar. And it's a Monday on Williamsburg. And that's the cool thing, like, oh man, a Monday. Because that's how my schedule worked out on it. But like, usually if you're in any other city in the world, you'd be like, all right, Monday, like you're just going to see sights and go to bed, because like there's nothing to do at night. Fucking New York. Oh my god. So now I got something to do with it. And then like I was like, well, I'm not doing shit tomorrow either way. So woke up and I was out to like 2-3 a.m. just to be honest. Walked out. My brother has a backyard, and I just sat outside in the shaded too, and it was unbelievable. I literally sat there, and I started just like drawing sweat. I was like, oh my god, I can't do this. So I just like sat inside for a minute. I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It was a heat wave where the feels like was 111 degrees or something stupid. I was like, what am I gonna do? So eventually just like drank a bunch of water. I was like, all right, whatever. I know you were out late last night, but you're just gonna man up. Got to do something because like my flight on Tuesday was at like 8 p.m. You got to do something. You can't just sit in your brother's apartment for all of Tuesday, despite it's too hot. So I did it, and I manned up. Holy shit! I walked in there, took a 7-minute walk to the subway, got in the subway car, and I was just like, vroom, just like drenched, soaking wet. It was so fucking hot. But guess what? I did. I manned up. I went to I used to live right there. It's like a Bowery. I would call that like Soho. Yeah. No, it's not Soho. That's NoHo, right? Yeah, NoHo. So like Broadway, but by a bunch of the boutiques and stuff. But went to Los Tacos Numero Uno. So Los Tacos number 1, the best tacos I ever had. My God. Oh. So like the Industry was the best pizza I had, and I argue that's the best bite I had. But like, oh my God, I went last year as well. Literally, the ladies like making the tortillas to order. You get the they call it alabada, but it's basically al pastor in your world. And they got the steak, and the chicken is amazing too. But like fresh guacamole, the flavors, just everything's so fresh and juicy. A big issue with a lot of times with al pastor is like it gets a little bit dry and crispy because they don't cut from the spit. It's a big spit of fucking pork, and you have to just be constantly serving it, otherwise it gets dry and crunchy, or you're cutting it off so it doesn't burn on the spit, but now it's just sitting there getting dry and shitty. I've had a lot of those. Juicy, and the fresh pineapple. Oh my God. Oh my, and it's not cheap. It's like $5.50 a taco, but like I don't give. I mean, granted, if you're from like LA, San Diego, whatever, you probably know better. You're from if you're from the border in Texas, you know way better than me. But like from New York, that's all I know. That's the best. That's the best bite of taco you can get. Whatever. What else did I do? They went to another taco place, which wasn't as good because they had issues with that. But walked around the city. Actually went to Carmine Street Beer, and actually one of the guys was another actually Asian bartender who actually recognized me. I just spent a couple hours just like chatting with him about beer because like I had nothing to do. Like I just had some food, had a few hours to burn, got on my flight. But the big thing about walking away from all this is that, oh my God, New York is just amazing. That's really the most important thing I think about. Like, the most important thing is obviously that my friends are there and all that great stuff. But like, it's just an incredible city. Like, and this is me just dying. I literally almost died in New York. Like, I literally didn't change my shirt because by the time I got to the airport, it was useless. Like I was drenched. So I changed my shirt at the airport bathroom. The shirt was so drenched in sweat. It was so disgusting. And oh my God. But in any other city, I'd be bitching. But like, I just love New York so much. So what is it? Like, I don't care what you like, but like, there's nightlife. The fact I found Pete's Candy Shop on Monday. The food's amazing. It can be cheap. I didn't spend money on food, right? Like the most expensive thing I spent was like a $50 taco. But if you want to spend money, you can. You go to Michelin 2, Michelin 3, omakase. There's spoken word poetry. There's the best museums in the world. There's a lot of walking to do. There's people watching. There's desserts. And like, you know what it is? I'm just a pure New Yorker in the sense that like, I know some people like beaches, hills, mountains, but no, bro. I want concrete. I want tall buildings. I want experiences. I want to see people. I want to see pretty girls in dresses. I want to see good-looking guys too, because like knowing how fucking chubby I am now. I want to see the people walking dogs. I want to see fucking people playing basketball in West 4th by where I went to at NYU. There's jazz clubs. There's comedy clubs. There's the most diverse amount of food. Literally, I was thinking about my next bite, and I opened up my phone, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Literally, you can open up your phone, and it's not even like a radius. It's like literally 4 blocks. And I'm like, I don't even know what I can do. I don't know what I can do. Like it's paralysis of choice of what you can do because things are so good and everything tastes amazing and the beer is good. Well, the beer is very expensive, so don't fuck around with craft beer in New York City. I wouldn't fuck around with that. But like, if you want to hang out, go to dive bars. Dive bars are still pretty affordable. You still get a pretty good, decent deal. Like $7 to $9 for a beer and shot. That's what I do if I had to go out. But if you don't want to go out, then fuck it. Spend your time spending some decent money. You got great wine bars. You got great this. Oh, Jesus Christ. It just reminds me. I was like walking around. I was like, fuck. And this is with me dying of sweat, angry as fuck, very uncomfortable. But I guess I'm just a pure New Yorker. So I don't know how far you guys live away, but like, please, when people like, I've never been to New York, like, why have you booked $100 flight to New York? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, and I will do it for free. Tell me where you're from, what you're looking for, and I will build you an itinerary for you for free, because it is just a world-class city where there's just endless things to do. And I didn't even do much. I wasted my Friday hanging out at my Goobers. Had a really amazing meal. Xi'an Foods. You got to get Xi'an Foods. 2 days on a wedding, and then spent like 2 afternoons goofing off. I barely did anything in New York City, but also like the memories, because I know what you can do in New York City. And the heat killed it, and I'm so angry because like really, like literally, like a couple days after that, the city got to a reasonable temperature of like 80 something degrees. Maybe higher 80s, but like it is literally unwalkable. It's unlivable to do anything in your city when it's 100. Literally, the temperature is like 98 degrees, feels like 110. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do? Just dying. It was unreasonable. I'm really pissed that I missed a few days in New York, because I really would have planned ahead and like really walked around New York and done a lot more. But like, oh my God, people are literally looking at me on the subway. I was just like, just dying. But New York City is just amazing. And people are like, why don't you move back? And guess what? Good luck affording it. The people that I know that now have families have moved out of New York City, and the people that still live in New York City are double professionals. So yeah, good luck. If you are a person that makes like, over 100, if you're a couple that makes over $150,000 a year and can't live in New York City, good luck. But I don't do that, and I got kids, so like, good fucking luck. So yeah. But it is such. So make it a vacation. Fuck me. I'll visit New York, but please do it. It's there's so many places. I'm like, I wish I would go there, because I remember how good that was, and that's still there. And the food, and then the subway, the fashion, museums, the buildings, the architecture. Cheers. I need to go to bed later.